Okay, so we're going to talk today about atom notes. Um, we're in Bundle 2 in chemistry, so let's get started today. Okay, atoms. This is like a kind of an intro to what atoms are, so let's read this together. An atom is the smallest particle that an element, for example, gold, can be divided into and still keep the properties of that element. Because all matter is made up of elements, and all elements are made up of matter, or atoms, atoms are considered the building blocks of matter. So everything we have is made up of small atoms. Here's the parts of an atom. You have the nucleus, which is the positively charged central part of the atom, or the middle, and it's positive because you have the protons, which are positive, and you have the neutrons, which have no charge, so they're positive. Okay, and that's in the middle, and you notice that's where most of the mass, really all the mass, except those small electrons, is in the nucleus. Then we have protons, which of course protons are positive, the positively charged particles inside the nucleus, and they're positive, protons positive. And then of course neutrons, and you see in the picture here they're blue, and they have um, nothing on the neutron itself. So sometimes you see just like a colored in or blank. Sometimes you see a 0 for no charge. Sometimes you see an N for neutrons. Okay, so kind of understand it may look a little different, but the protons should always have a plus on there. So neutrons are particles with no neutral or no charge, and of course they're located inside the nucleus. Okay, electrons are tiny negatively charged particles that are outside of the nucleus. Of course, they're negative. This can be confusing. Sometimes we think neutrons are negative, but neutrons are neutral. The electrons are the negative particles. And you notice in the picture here the electron cloud and how much volume, how much space it takes up. Okay, and the only thing there is the electrons. They're negative. So electron cloud is the area of mostly empty space where the electrons orbit the nucleus of the atom, and that's a negative area too. Okay. Okay. So how do you draw an atom? Well, first on the periodic table, you look at the number of protons. You look for the atomic number, and that tells you the protons. It also tells you the electrons. Okay. So how do you find the neutrons? Well, all you do is take the atomic mass number, okay, the mass number, which here is 6.941, round that to 7, and so you take 7 minus 3, which is the atomic number, and that gives you the number of neutrons, okay? Remember, the mass number is basically the mass of both neutrons and protons together in the nucleus. So number 2, write the number of protons in the middle. Using plus, you could do like a plus 3, or you could draw 3 protons with little pluses in each proton. Then you're going to write the number of neutrons in the middle, which is 4, and you could put a 0, you could leave it blank, you could put an N for neutron, that's your choice. And finally, draw the electrons on the energy levels. Now there's 3 energy levels. There's the first level has 2 electrons, second level has 8 electrons, and the third also has 8 electrons. So 2, 8, and 8. And if you remember the outer shell, the very outer, I guess, circle of the electron cloud, that's where the valence electrons are. Okay, and that's our notes for today.